Today, we will observe A+ masterclass level setups, talk about how to find specific trade entries. Of course, we will keep using our best indicator with our best momentum-based scalping strategy. There are so many subjects to discuss today. If you are ready, shall we begin? Let's talk a little about market structure and price bias and how both of them can shift pretty quickly. As you can see on the higher time frame chart, there is a clear 4-hour imbalance that lines up with a 4-hour supply order block. After some time, you can spot that inner swing failure pattern, and it sits right around that overall support and resistance flip area. And down below, we can also see the previous day's lows sitting right next to those equal lows. So naturally, what should we expect here? A pretty strong drop, a crash, because all the main price action concepts are pointing in the same direction, the bearish movement. To put it really simply, we are in a bearish market if you take a close look, since price keeps making new levels of lower lows. And if you look even closer, you'll notice it keeps following the straightforward pattern of using imbalances and supply order blocks to push down into the next leg. And when you keep following that pattern, you can see it actually played out the way we expected at the end. Price dropped and wiped out that previous day's low. But what happens inside the lower time frames like the 5-minute and 15-minute charts? What usually happens is actually pretty obvious. The inner trend, the structure shifting right at the point where our high time frame interest area sits. However, when you build your setups, you want to stay as tight and as clean as possible. A good rule of thumb is to use 1:2 ratio at maximum. And the reason is simple. We never really know how long the price may stall in that zone before taking out the previous low. We have no idea. Sometimes it can take only a few hours, and some other times it can take many days. Okay, let's get back to the higher time frames again and talk a little more about what is going on. Yes, the price is clearly crashing, but at the same time it is building up a pool of liquidity above, creating this kind of parabolic liquidity along with a weak empty imbalance thing on top. So how do we know when the trend is about to change? That's the big question everyone always asks. It usually starts when the bearish structures begin to fail, like when imbalances are not holding anymore or order blocks stop reacting or similar structure breaks. Then you will see a shift in a structure with a clear market structure break. And all of that together becomes a pretty strong sign that price action may be shifting and overall trend could be turning at this point. So basically, if you get stopped out while following the existing trend, you gotta ask yourself why that happened. Because most of the time, it's a great sign that the trend might be getting ready to change. If you look closely at this example, you can see the price was following a simple pattern of tapping into inner imbalances and reacting to supply order blocks. And that kept driving the market downward in a steady downtrend. But if at any point that bearish structure suddenly fails, you should start thinking that something is shifting here. It might be buyers stepping in and rejecting the price levels, hinting at a possible trend reversal to sweep that parabolic liquidity sitting above. And this is how you should look at these crashing or fast-running markets, and how you can expect a trend flip at any moment. Okay people, this was a nice practical video. Take care for now, see you in the next video. Completed the free trading course but still need more? My master classes teach liquidity, imbalance, and the market structure in detail. Combine them with forward and reverse trading using momentum superboxes and yo-yo cost average entry models. After that, you will master scalping with a one-screen free TradingView indicator, a revolutionary trading system. Finally, you will learn to invest your profits using my 10-year swing investing with working agent system. Interested? Please see the video description.